Right, we're now up to finding the area of a sector. Now, a sector is just part of a circle. Think about a cake, and if you cut a slice of cake out from the centre. So here's a description of what a sector is. Now, when you take a slice out, there are two sectors. You get the small sector, unless you take half of it, and the big sector. If you take half of it, you've got two equal sectors. So how do I find the area? Well, to find the area, you've got to find out, well, how much of the circle do I have? Now, we're lucky because we know that in any circle, all the way round is 360 degrees. So if I get a circle, all the way around a circle is 360 degrees. So a whole circle, I'm just looking for one, a whole circle is 360 degrees. So imagine this one here. If we had the rest of the circle, we'd have 360 degrees. So how do we work out what fraction? Well, it's just part of 360 degrees. So whatever the angle is, and we'll use the Greek letter theta over 360. So in question 3 here, they ask us what fraction each of these are. Well, 3a is pretty easy because you know it's exactly, or you should know. You have a think about it and get it. But most of you will go, well, that is a quarter. But watch what I do if I just use this method. I know that that little angle is 90 degrees because I know a little square. So 90 over 360 is the fraction. And I'd put that on my calculator. 90 over 360. Oh, it's a quarter. Yep. So now you go and have a go at B and C and then come back. Or pause the video. So the next one is 60 over 360. And again, if I just go back, that's a sixth. And the next one is 120 over 360. And I already know, but we'll use a calculator. A third. So finding the fraction is actually pretty easy. So once we know the fraction, we can find the area. So look at this in question 4. So I'm going to do, I don't know, A, D, and F. So here's 4A. If you can do them by yourself, off you go. You don't need to watch. 4A. Well, the area equals, well, I've got to find the fraction. So I'm going to write theta over 360. And what's the area of a circle? Pi r squared. Well, what's the angle? 60 over 360 times pi. What's the radius? 13 squared. And I just put that in my calculator. So 60 over 360 times pi times 13 squared. Now, what do I get? 88 point, what are we going to? Two decimal places. 88.4881. 88.4881 dot dot dot. Two decimal places. I look at the I write down 88.4. I look at the number behind that line. Is it 5 or more? Yes. So round, and this is millimetre squares. I'm just going to check on my answers here. 3F. And we're doing, yep, there we go. So that's pretty easy. 4D. Now there are two ways to do this one. You know it's a half a circle, so you can just jump in and go a half pi r squared, or you can go theta over 360 times pi r squared. But then you've got to know how much of an angle this is. And you should know it's a straight line, so it's 180. So you can do a half, and you'll get the same answer, or you can do 180 over 360, which is a half, times pi. Now what's the radius? 3. 3 squared. So I'm just going to go use my back button here. And type in 180, go across, times 3 squared. 14.1371. 14.1371 dot dot dot. 2 decimal places. Will give me 14 point, what's a number behind the red line? 5 or more, yes, round up. What units are we in? Centimetre. So square centimetres or centimetre squares. What was that? D, or what was it? And it's 4D, yep. Now, I wanted to do the last one because people get worried when it's a really big angle. So it doesn't make any difference. So I'll do, I don't know, F or I. I'll do I. 210. So 210. So I'll go and I'll do I. Area equals theta on 360 times pi r squared. And what was it? 210 on 360 times pi. Now what was the radius? 36.4. 36.4 squared. Calculator. I'm going to delete it all. 210 over 360 times pi times 31.4 squared. And 36.4. So I have to go back and change that to a 6. And there we go. 2428.116. 2428.116 dot dot dot. We're going to 2 decimal places. So 2428.1 is a number behind 5 or more? Yes. Put a 2 there. What units are we in? Kilometres squares. So that's the area of the sector. All right. I'm going to do one more from 5. 5 isn't that hard. It looks hard. So I'm going to do 5B. So I've got that sector, and they don't tell me the angle of the sector. They tell me the angle of the bit that's been taken out. So how do I find theta? Well, theta will equal 360 minus the bit that was taken out, 80. 360 minus 80. 280. And now I know that that angle is 280. I can do it. So the area equals 280 on 360 times pi times the radius, 7.5 squared. So 280 on 360 times pi times 137.5 squared. And that's 137.444. 137.444 ... We're going to 2 decimal places. And 137.4, is the number behind that red line 5 or more? No, leave it alone. And what units is it in? Metre squares. That should be enough for you to get through these questions, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so good luck with that.